everybody. This is the June 2025 store video. We're starting by looking out. It's 7 o'clock at night and look how shiny and bright it is. Isn't that great? Oh my gosh, so love it. Okay, we're actually just gonna start. Let's go. We'll go here. We have Elizabeth Hartman, and we have some cool little booklets on pre-cuts and triangle tools. They're actually really cool things in there. The pre-cut has some neat blocks you can do using pre-cuts, so you know you buy them and you don't know what to do. Well, there you go. And we have a few seasonal panels left at 50% off. And here are our samples. And then we have more Elizabeth Hartman. And I'm going to go over here. Some nice spring colors. Spring, summer, actually. Very nice. And then I'm going to move over to our purse selection. Notions. I don't usually do it justice. So we have this cute little mini pattern. Sorry about my hand. And then the little purse that goes with it. Very nice. Sally Tomato. And we have a lot of items from Sally Tomato. So, you know, we have the hooks, the rings. And then this is actually the fold over elastic that goes on top of the mesh, and it's really nice. So if there's mesh in red, there's fold over elastic to match it. That's all by Annie's. And then we have a lot of by Annie's zippers, all their mesh for the inside pockets. We have the metallic zipper tape. It just came back in. We did sell out, so that's great. Yeah. And then over here, this is the 16 gauge vinyl for purses also. We have some basting tape and then the zipper pulls. We have the true grips for the rulers, stitching line discs. If you ever take a quilting with rulers with Deb, those are so cool how she uses them. And then we have the Good Measure long arm quilting templates, they call them, but they're the rulers you use. So you can use these on your domestic machine. We have a few for the low shank. Most will take the blue ones. So we have a good variety there. Yeah, nice, eh? Okay. And then while we're over here, we have, those are all our extra wides backing. And then, oh, we do have webbing here too for purses, bags. And then over here we have lots of stabilizers, etc. Fusible fleece. And then we have the Bernina 990. Those are the traveling cases. This one's on 4 wheels. It's actually really cool. I mean, you can have fun just riding it. So that's for the embroidery module of the 990. The serger case and the L890. Deb and I have both those. And I think Carrie has an L460. Okay, some cork. That is a great Sally Tomato product too. So there's cork in there to do these 3 size purses. And then this is the L450. There's one above it, the L460, and it comes with a different foot. The foot like with your Bernina machines where the needle goes up and down. And then it also has an extension table there. If you want brochures, we have our brochures. Another great reference book for sergers. And then we have the 770 over here we have the bunny bunch in the small quilt. So you saw the large one, like so beautiful. And this is a small one. And we have the instructions for the extra part, like the border and the top. So if you like that, you can get that from us. And it just tells you how we added that on. Well, Deb added it on to the small bunny quilt. And then look at her quilting. It's beautiful, eh? Okay, and there's the pattern. And she used layer cakes for this, and she made these out of her scraps. And there's the jelly rolls. And then we have over here the 570. And the rabbits again. Bunnies. Creative Grids rotating cutting mat. Bunny there. And then this is new. This is the dog quilt. It's Dog Park. And like all her patterns. So this is the largest one on the cover. It has the tennis balls. And then you can see there's a small one, and then the large one without the tennis balls. And I did the large one. So, and then I made a pillow. So really out of any of the, well, if you went to the big dog, the pillow would be huge. But so out of this one, I did a pillow. It's kind of the perfect size. It's 20 by 20. That's actually going to my niece, so it might not be here. It's a very late, excuse me, very late birthday present. Hopefully she doesn't see this video. Okay. And then these, we did a video using the big one of this, but the folded corner clipper is so great for Elizabeth Hartman patterns. So, yeah. Okay. And then we have some great books. That one's new. So it's this one. Ooh. I haven't even looked at that one, so I better do that. Yep, some stripology. And the Tunic Bible, that's a very popular book with us too. The Table-tastic books, and I actually have, I'll show you a new runner that Krista did from them. And then our Aurifil thread, made in Italy. Nice colors and some really cool packs of thread. So if you want to spoil someone. And then our Mettler thread. Isn't it cool to look at all the thread in the colors that it is? It's like a candy shop, right? Okay. And then we just got in this new pattern. And we got that one back in, the Ascot. Okay. More threads. These are like not necessarily quilting notions. It's more of our general notions, like the clean, iron clean, which is really great, actually. Color consumer. And then our scissors are over here. There's a couple new ones by Kay Buckley. Love them all. Okay. Okay. And then over here we have stabilizers that are on the roll by OESD for embroidery. We have all our Bernina accessories here, like hoops, feet, and then bobbins, sewing needles, and all the feet. Bobbin cases, and then all the big books. So I just got another big book for, I got this one, the Big Book of Serger. Okay. And then we do have this on till July 6th, the best price of the year. Hopefully you've seen your emails. So some really good deals here. So call us if you want to know more, or come on in and we can show you. So yeah, there's a whole little flyer, and we do emails, of course. Yeah. So check it out. Oh, our little June Pride Month. So we have our little rainbow stuff here. Some actually really popular, the stripper tote. The pattern's just in there. And then we have the new pattern there. So lots of fun. Some jelly rolls, Annabelle. We do have that quilt here if you want the sample. It's not out. Yeah, so lots to see. Painted Lake, Paint Lake. We'll just make up the name. Okay. And there's a good deal on the Q20, Q16 with the tables too. And then rulers. We did just get a few more in, so we're getting our stock back in. I always try to keep it full. So Checkers came today, so we got some created grid rulers. And more rulers, tunnel vision, and interwoven. So these samples are here for the patterns that we have here too. So you're welcome to see those. And then our bags. We have a lot of bag samples. So if you're wondering what it looks like made up, we have lots. Carrie is our bag person. Not that we don't make bags, but she makes a lot of bags. And then our batiks. And then we have other fabrics. So we have some great fabrics for making clothes, velvets for clothes also, or like I did, I used them for pillows. They just kind of make them a little bit more lush. Okay, up here we have smaller pieces of fireside, and then the Warm and Natural for making microwavable things. Then this apron has been super popular, and we just got those back in. And we're going to be phoning people that are on the list. So we just got them in tonight before we left. So they're all ready to call. But yeah, it's a knot. You don't have to tie it on. It just slips on. People love it. Not just for cooking, working their sewing rooms because they have great pockets. Here we have our oranges and yellows and browns. And then we just cut these in. Aren't they great? They're super soft. I just think they would be great for anything. My niece had some baby blankets, and they were like that type of fabric and so soft. We have the Veggie Garden pattern by the Pattern Basket, and all this produce was made in Canada. That's my little joke. I know, not that funny. Kevin's office. Okay, over here we have the Kimberly, and it's in the Stripology Mixology 3 book, and it uses layer cakes. And then we have some Tim Holt fabrics over here, super nice. We have the Woodland Wonder layer cakes, so cute. Like, so cute. And then Underwater Wonders. Okay. And then we have blues, greens. Up there is a saltwater taffy quilt. Those patterns we did order, they did not come in this order. They're back ordered, but they are coming. Okay, and we have jelly rolls for them and a few charms left, and I used the shine charms for that quilt. Okay, and then up there we have the floating peaks pattern, and that's a sample for it. We have the bee garden layer cakes, and that's the big panel from Bee Garden. Then the butterflies sample is actually in one of the quick curve Wonder Ruler as a free pattern. Then we have patterns over here. This is a new cute line. Isn't that sweet? By Fiegel. Fossil Folks. Oh my gosh, that would make such a sweet quilt. And then the fat quarters with it. And then we have some Ruby Star here. And these are 10-inch squares by Ruby Star. Flowerland. Yeah, like eye candy. And then if you just want a variety of white on whites, we have these and the creamier ones. Okay. And then up there we have Tara, or Tara. I could say Tara because that was my friend growing up. My friend I've been friends with for 56 years. Yeah, and her name was Tara. But if you want to call it Tara, I don't care. And it uses those charms. Okay, and that's out of the Mixology book too. So this quilt and that quilt are all out of this book. And then the design wall. And some pinks and peaches and purples. And then over here we have confetti cake, and that uses layer cakes. Deb did a quilt like this with this pattern years ago, and of course they look totally different when you use different fabrics. I just love the gray blues and they're actually, yeah, then the corally. It's just beautiful. All right, on the back wall is Carrie's poinsettias. And then this is Amanda Murphy's fabric, and Deb is just about done a sample from it, so it will be hanging up there soon. Now we have only a couple more panels of this. So, and there they are, just 2 more. Okay, then our blacks are over here. Oh, cute little cats. Aren't they cute? And then we have more layer cakes there. And then we have some Laura Hine collage patterns. Then this is from the Tabletastic 3, that book I mentioned earlier. So that's Lancaster Table Runner. There you go. And then this quilt is my own pattern, and I did a YouTube video, so it will be on YouTube. So if you are a subscriber to our channel, you get to see the video before anyone else when it premieres, and I'll do that pretty quick this week. So, and then after that, usually 24 hours later, you can see it. Yeah, they see it 24 hours before you do. Okay, so there's all the fabrics that go with it. And there's a nice, let's see, nice, eh? And this is the layer cake I used for this quilt. It's lovely, eh? And that's my backing, obviously. Nice, eh? Then we have another design wall here, and we have one jelly roll there, and then we have some other layer cakes here. And then over here we have Acorn Hollow. And then some other charms in here by, like this is Sandalwood. And then Dawn on the Prairie. These are just nice warm colors. And then in Jelly Rolls and Charms, we have the Acorn Hollow. I'm actually working on a quilt with this, with the Jelly Rolls. So I've just got to cut out. So not here yet, but it will be. And if you like greens, and everyone seems to like greens right now. So I think these are perfect. Then we have the Fat Quarter Maple Fat Quarters. So this is just a good variety. If you do a lot of Elizabeth Hartman quilts, these are great. Yeah. So, and these are just beautiful. Another Fat Quarter bundle. And we have one pattern of that. And then this is so nice and soft. This is by Paintbrush Studios. Really nice. We just got these patterns back in tonight too. So I got them out. Divided basket. Really sweet. Okay. And then over here, we have a new display with some new fabrics and just great go with. So sweet. This would be great for any baby. Very neutral too. And young parents seem to want more neutral. These dresses, I can get this pattern. I haven't ordered it in yet. I'm kind of waiting to see what the twins, how they fit. And Kevin's going to see them soon. And he's going to take them. So yeah, cute little dresses. They're lined. And then buttons. And they have a little piping on the edge. Yeah, so those were my first dresses. And they're for the twins. Hopefully they still fit. They're growing so fast. It's crazy. Okay. And Fat Quarters as always. And then our cutting mats are all over here. And then I showed you the Woodland Wonder layer cakes. This was the panel, and we have a few kits left. So you can come in and talk to us. We just put out our Halloween. There's the kits actually, and panels. And then we just put out our Halloween and Christmas. So we have this panel. Carrie's working on it. She's actually almost done. And that's going to be the quilt, Spooks and Spells. And then we have the bag Trick or Treat. So there's, it's a bag panel. So there's 2 bags on there. And there's the straps and name tags. And then we just got these quilts in. Not quilts, patterns, sorry. So I've done a few quilts with these people. And they're great. The little reindeer, and Deb's doing one right now too for Christmas. Sparrows, this by Pen and Paper. I like all her patterns. And then Carrie's done a few of her patterns too. Knitted Blooms is a new pattern we just got into. Okay. And then, there's our Halloween fabric. That's all new Halloween fabric. And then some Christmas on the end, and then Christmas down below. And then we have the Sweetwater. I love Sweetwater because look, they're so sweet. So we have the charms in that, and the jelly rolls, and then the berry pine. We have layer cakes, jelly rolls, and charms. Really nice line. And this is the quilt that Deb is working on. Christmas Crew. So we had one with the deers last year, and now this reindeers, and this has the Santa. So super cool. Yeah. And then this is the new quilt 2-up, the gummies Krista did. And this is using the gradation tiles, which are 10-inch squares. Isn't that lovely? Don't you love those colors? So that's the pattern there. We have a couple of these left, the migration panel, and then these are our new ones. Very nice. These are all Northcott, and then this one's the Oak Canada one. It's a tree. It's hard to show you with one hand. So those are all there too. Then this is our, look at that, isn't that nice? Love that. So we have charms and strips. They call them different things, like carat crystals. So, but those are 10-inch squares, those are 5-inch squares, and then we have the strips. So a great, more masculine quilt if you like. We have some barista panels left, I think, and we have maybe just a few of the bag. I mean, that's a great bag if you're traveling and you want something to take that's kind of West Coasty. Okay. Then we had the cork bottom pencil pouch. So we didn't use cork. Of course, you don't have to. We used black fabric. And then these are the little squares she used. So without buying a whole bunch of fabric, you get these cute little charms. They're called mini charms, actually. You get the variety. And then our labels. So I use labels on my quilt. And I write my name on the back and the year. That's all I write. But it's there. And they're fun. Like, ta-da. I have that one. Oh, I thought these were cute. Made at a retreat. Or started. Okay. Now we have our Canada displays started. So we have the Let's Play Heart runner, and then the Diamonds runner there. Oh, a little note, Kevin is on holidays till June 6th. And then the Diamond runner, we have that sample in blue. The quilt on the back there is from the book Peace and Love. We need more of that. Okay, I think that's it. I think we covered it all. Thank you very much. We will see you soon, I hope, and enjoy. Okay, those are coordinates for all the panels there too. Okay, good night, everybody.